Thank you guys for clicking on the video. I just want to give a big thanks to you guys before we jump into the series. You guys have really been supporting Hockey Manager. I really appreciate that. I like doing these videos. I really enjoy this GM mode, and the fact that you guys continually come back and we haven't lost too much steam in the videos, I really appreciate it. So thank you guys so much for your support. It really does mean a lot, and believe it or not, it may sound superficial, but when I continue to get a steady amount of views, I don't care how many views, but when it's a steady amount, consistent likes and comments, it really does mean a lot to me, and it just wants me to pour more into this game because I really do think it's a great game. A lot of changes since the original for the better. So without further ado, with that being said, let's jump right back into our Philadelphia Flyers GM mode. First things first, Paul Stastny is out for 4 weeks, which doesn't impact us in the least, but just to give you guys some context to the game world. Another thing is, we don't want that. We're going to go home real quick, just so you can look at the leaders of the league and you can pause and see for yourself. Interesting, we're actually first in the NHL above Chicago with our power play percentage, so nothing to complain about there. And the other thing, just real quickly, was I wanted to give you guys an injury update because we do have some players injured. Actually, one player. We're waiting on Brandon Shen to come back from injury. Pretty much that's been our only injury bug, and he's relatively 12 days away. So he's coming back. He'll be around the bend. But let's update you on the standings and things of that nature. First, we are second in the Metropolitan. We're 6 points. So New York seems to be in a class of its own, but we did have a close game with New York. So it seems like, just off that one meeting, we can play with them, but they're in another class of their own. And pretty much in the East, I mean, we're right in the thick of things in terms of the top teams. You look at the conferences, and let's just check it out right now. We're fourth, and really, between it's 3 points, 6 between New York. But like I said, if we branch New York, we create a line here. New York in a class of their own. We're right in the thick of things, and so the only struggle or the only concern, as you can see away, we're 8-6, and I would like to be better. But ironically, even the Rangers are struggling on the road. So that's sort of where we sit and where things are before we return to simulation. Giroux has stepped up, Umberger, Voracek. I will say with the Flyers, and I said this last video and I'll say it again, the stars for the Flyers play. I mean, they step up. These are not people that you wonder if they're going to show up night in, night out. I mean, the stars of Philadelphia really do show up. So let's get back to simulating. We're going to try and knock out December. We have Columbus up, and I was listening to what you guys wanted, and you guys liked seeing all the games that night. Now, I don't know how it'll, I may go back if you want me to go back yesterday because it advances the next day, so you don't see the results. Like right now, you see the new schedule, but last night, we'll just go through. We lost to Columbus 5-2. We'll try and find that game for you real quickly right here. Started out good, and then Columbus took it on home. But you can see the Kings beat the Penguins. So you guys really like that. One comment, he likes this view, so we're going to keep it. No games pretty much for a while. Well, tomorrow. So we're going to sim to the next game. In here, I like this screen actually. That I gotta find that screen. I gotta find it because that's the screen. It's not home. Maybe we can. That's. I gotta figure out because that screen is really nice. But you'll see the standings in the Atlantic. Pretty much Montreal doing its thing. They're tied for first with Ottawa. And we win 3-2. Let's see who did it for us, Sean. Couturier, Tavares, there you go, Canrig. He steps up. And then the scoring, Sam Gagner. All right, so no, what's the word? No, like I don't know what the right word is. We had a lot of subpar pieces step up for that game, and we have. I thought Michael was injured. Oh, he's day to day. Well, we don't have a game tomorrow, so he should be good. He should be back. I guess he's not. Nah, he. You know what? He can play through that. He can play through that. Buck up, young lad. 2-game road trip. Versed. Oh, we lose to St. Louis. Dallas at St. Louis. He's still day to day. I can't believe he'll be all right. He'll be all right. Oh, he's injured. I hope he's not injured again. I mean, he's still day to day. Let me ask what the ask the assistant. What the heck? He drops Umberger, the assistant. I asked the assistant to make changes. Son, why? What? Why in the world would you drop Umberger to the fourth line? Is ridiculous. But nonetheless, we corrected that wrongdoing really quickly. I can't believe that. So we lost again. So we're in a little bit of a downswing. I would say so. We've pretty much lost ever since that win against the Islanders. I mean, we sort of lost to the Blue Jackets, but in the midst of a 2-game losing streak, hopefully we have a 2-game homestand. Hopefully we can right the ship for these 2 games. And we take a little bit of a break. You can see no game today or tomorrow. A little bit of a break in the game. And here you can get an extended look at where we sit, updated. We're now 6th in the NHL. Check my PMs. Holmgren has submitted his scouting report. All right, that's good to know. Good to know. Pretty much, these are just the scouting reports on the total of 20 players. You can see like where they are. A lot of high potential. I guess it's just on the NHL in general. Just what the NHL is doing, how the players rank up. You can see a trade went down the NHL, nothing major. Let's check the standings. You know, I'm still trying to find the... I'm really bummed. I was trying, I'm not gonna lie, I was trying to find that screen. But here are all the stats. Penalty minutes. Manning is leading the NHL. Power play goals, Joe Pavelski. Actually, there's more than Sidney Crosby, ironically. Stamkos and Ovechkin going at it for the goals. And pretty much you can see everything. So if you guys want to update a look at the stats, what's going on around the league, there you go. So, no game, and I'm going to check again real quickly. Schenn is still out. So is Umberger. What's going on with Umberger? Day to day. Not too bad. Schenn, where you at, buddy? Come on. 3 days away. Schenn is 3 days away from being out, so we're just going to continue to simulate. Play Carolina. We need a win. Carolina is a good team. 2 points below us. We really need a win, especially where we sit in the standings. And we lose 4-2. So things I'm going to give it. I may switch the lines. I at least want to see once Brendan Schenn comes back what we do, how we stand. But I can't imagine his loss is having this big of an impact because we went without him and we were doing pretty well for a while. And we just seemed to sort of fumble and bumble our way. But we can always come back and rely to beat steady as she goes Vancouver. The Canucks, they're sort of struggling. Their season's sort of falling out of order. We jump up to a 2-1 lead in the first with Wayne Simmons and Jakub Voracek. Then the second period, we take a 3-1 lead with Luke Schenn. Or actually, that was penalties. I apologize. They tie it up, and then we just roll off 3 goals, just like that. So RJ Umberger continues his great season so far in Voracek. Claude Giroux chipping in an assist in the victory. So pretty much, I mean, that's a game where we needed the pieces to step up. They did. We got the W. So it seems that when the stars show up, we're okay. And when they don't, we struggle. We will check this. Oh, he's alright. Not too much potential. We're going to check the roster. Shen is back, so we can dress Shen. And we can scratch. There you are. Michael, your service to the club has been admirable, but we need Shen back in the lineup. We're going to ask the assistant. Shen fills it back. Yeah, that's pretty much par for the course. Yep. Yep, pretty much. Mason holding it down net. Those are the lines that I would think they would roll with. It makes sense, too. So, let's go back to the NHL. We'll see the games for today. Actually, we'll just sim from here. We have a game at Columbus. We win 2-1. Did Shen return in his first game back since injury? What did he do? We're looking for Shen. Claude Giroux on the power play from Umberger. Umberger chipping in. That's pretty much it for the scoring. Yep, pretty much it for the scoring. And Giroux is injured. Oh my gosh. The worst. I hope it seems day to day though. I'm not gonna lie, it seems oh thank goodness. Whew, had me nervous. Check my PMs, scouting reports. Yep, just information. I actually sent the scouts on auto assign, so they're out doing their thing. We can check the upcoming draft, and we're still. I think we're looking a little bit where we stand. I may switch with the. I may change up the tactics a little bit. I honestly don't know what I want to do with the tactics. And you guys who play the game, do you change the tactics that much? What is your estimation of the tactics? Do you go in, like, do you tweak week to week or no? So we lose 3-1 against St. Louis. Oh, man. And I think what I'm a little bit concerned about is in the standings, we're still second with, you look at the games played. Oh, they're the points. So we're tied for second with Carolina. But again, New York, I said they're in a class of their own, and that's what they're doing. But while New York tries to push itself even further away from us in Carolina, and even the rest of the Metropolitan for that matter, we still need to know if we can mold this into a playoff team. That's fine. Crosby's injured, for all you guys, if you're paying attention. And that's fine if New York wants to make that push, but we still need to focus on ourselves. And I still say we should make a trade to bulk up the defense because we're still a little bit iffy on the defense. So I think this is the Christmas break. We'll just schedule it to next game. Scott Darling still is leading. Those stats can't be the goalie stats in the bottom right I'm looking at. They can't be going by games played. There's no way, in my opinion, no way. So 2 days after Christmas, we face off against the Anaheim Ducks, which should be a good contest for us. And Henrik Sedin is injured as well. We're gonna see what happens against the Anaheim Ducks coming in. Waiting. And we won 3-1 against Anaheim. Giroux, a goal and assist. Steve Mason only lets up one goal. Who else got the scoring going? All in the third period. Voracek, Sam Gagner, and Claude Giroux. And Umberger again, chipping in. The first two lines are just amazing. And Lecavalier has done... Lecavalier, what are you good for, my friend? Hold on. I just gotta check. I want to check the stats. I just want to check the offensive stats so far. Lecavalier, where is he? He's had 4 goals, 10 assists in 35 games. There are D-men who have more points than him. I mean, it's just... I want to believe in Lecavalier, but I feel like he has to go for that cap. We can't... I just think for that cap, you can't keep a guy like that. Tomorrow we play San Jose, which... Hey, San Jose is nothing to sneeze at. And if we can pull off, again, a victory, it'll show. And where the standings are... Where are the standings? Standings. Where is San Jose? We're going to find out. They are coming into tonight's game first. And they are first, like, definitive. And if you put them in the East, they're doing... they're doing all right. But they're the class act of the Pacific. They're like third in the West overall. So it should be a good game tonight. Let's see what happens. Brodziak was claimed off waivers. Oh, and we lost 4-3. Bummer. But it wasn't a shootout. So we went to a shootout for what it's worth. Let's actually check. Where are the waivers? Waivers. Free agents. Let's just check who's the most... Really not looking at much. We have some, like, these guys could possibly... Well, let's look at this Patrick Lee guy. Oh, he only has 3.5 potential. Just trying to see if there are some hidden gems out there to sign that went undrafted. I'm sure there are, but you know, just always checking the waters. So we're gonna simulate, and we're pretty much in our way into January officially. This will take us into the new year. Happy 2016. Just looking around for the goaltenders on the right, you can see on the left it was the player stats. And the player of the month goes to Steven Stamkos. And Frederik Andersen has been named goalie of the month. So those are your players of the month for December. And now we get back to work, as tomorrow we'll face LA. So we're going to simulate up to this. And I may end the video a little bit short. And give you guys an updated rundown of the NHL. We're still weathering, you know, we haven't really gone on any streaks in terms of winning and losing. I think, in my opinion, we've had more losing. You know, we've had like 2-game losing spurts, and then we'll win a game. And we win huge 7-2. There's a scout coming in with all the updates. Just, again, Holmgren sending in his usual stuff. But LA 7-2, huge. Look at this, 2 goals consistently in each period. And the third we tack on 3 just for good measure. But Wayne Simmons, straight chipping in. Look at that, man. I told you guys. Sean Couturier with the assist. Giroux, Voracek holding it down. Then we go to the second period. Lecavalier, speak of the devil. We have to talk about this guy for him to put pucks in the net. Even strength. Voracek. And then the third, just 3 for fun. Straight, I think with the second of the game? Yep, second of the game. So there you go. Not bad. Not bad. Sean Couturier is injured. Can't be that bad, though. Oh, 2 weeks. Dang it. That really hurts. That really hurts. 2 weeks. All right. Fair enough. Fair enough. We're going to ask the assistant what would he do. And he put in... Oh, he has... Oh, no. We have to call someone up. Because he has... Where is he? Sean... There you are, Scott. There he is. He has Scott running double duty on the 4th line, and then on the 4th line, and then on the 2nd line, and we're not going to do that. So I think what I'll do, guys, is I'll leave it here. I'll make the changes. I know it's not really much to watch when I make the changes, so I try to make that as quick as possible. That's why I asked the assistant, honestly. So I'll make the changes off stream when the next episode will continue to simulate and we'll continue our trudge through the NHL season. We came off a big win against LA. We lost in overtime, and then we beat Anaheim. And then we lost to St. Louis. So again, it's been this, we go on these little bursts of win and losing streaks. And the standings reflect that. We're right now, sitting, now it's sort of formed up even more to where the Capitals are now 5 points back. And Colorado, Philadelphia, and Carolina, we're sort of just battling it back and forth for 2 and 3. Trading punches, trading losing streaks and winning streaks. And then New York, like we said, continues to build that bridge apart from us and to continue to be the class of the Metropolitan, and also making a case for the Eastern Conference. You see right now they are tied with Tampa Bay, and Tampa Bay has been doing amazing things. I mean, they are a team I would not want to face them. Man. And then out west, I mean, Tampa is the first. They're the first seed in the NHL, and we go we don't have pre-playoffs. Never mind then. We'll go to the league. Tampa. Let's click on their team just for a second, and it is stacked. And those years where they sort of struggled, and they were building their pieces, and man, it has paid off. This team is looking nasty, and they're young. They have so much going for them. I mean, their oldest player looks to be Garrison. They have a couple 31-year-olds, but they're old guys, and even that, they're not even at 31. They're not even old, but just like compared to everyone else on the team, that is old. I mean, it's amazing that in real life, never mind the game, but in real life, your oldest guys on the team are 31, and when they're when they're not Victor Hedman, when they're John Garrison, Victor Hedman's 25, but when they're John Garrison, the likes of Boyle, Filppula, I mean, do you really have that much to complain about? So Tampa is looking to be the Stanley Cup favorite. I mean, and then, we already know about their goaltending situation. When you have Ben Bishop, the man 6'7", and then you have Andre slowly getting his potential, and so he could be, to be fair, Andre at 6'3", his potential is amazing. He could be a little bit of trade bait for them, because Ben Bishop really isn't going to go anywhere. I would not imagine Ben Bishop to really move that much. So let me know where it stands. I will say, guys, a couple things to look out for is trade deadline is March 1st, and we're slowly starting to creep into January, February, March. We really have 2 months, and so I may next video after just do some scouting trades, telling you guys what I think, because again, our roster, if we can access it, that's Tampa, that's why. If you look at our roster, and let's just check, let's filter the defense, because I think the defense more than anything is the part that's hurting us. We have 2 quality defensemen, and they're both on the left side. And then we have nothing pretty much the right side. And we don't have anything in potential either. You notice we don't have any young guns who could possibly make a case to grow in the offseason. Defensively, we have 2. We have 2 at 20 and the other at 20. And so we want to hang on to them. But like I said, our defensive core is not enough right now to win a Stanley Cup or to even make a deep playoff run. I do think our forward core can get us somewhat deep into the playoffs with our goaltending. But if anything, I'd rather lack forwards and shore up defense than try and shore up the offense and have no defense. And so what do? We're really not in a position to sacrifice draft picks in a trade. We don't have that much in the farm system, in my opinion, from what I've seen. Just when we quickly, went over things at the beginning of the year, I may be wrong. We may have tons of stuff. but it didn't look that way to me. And we'll check. Potential wise, we have three guys, and their abilities at 21 to 23, 3 stars, they're serviceable. They could be, fourth line, but I'd rather have them down here getting major time than I would, getting a couple minutes in the NHL. So let me know. We'll leave it here. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you guys are keeping up with the NHL. When it comes to these text-based simulation games for hockey, I always get concerned if you guys are seeing enough, if you know what's going on. But I would imagine, with the way NHL 16 is on next gen, you're gonna have that problem. Because they don't show the stats like they did on old gen, where you could see who's coming in hot, who's not. So I'll leave you guys with the top skaters, top goalies. You can see the stats where we are, top defensive teams. And once again, the power play is ironically, our best thing going for us. We're top in the NHL. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I am Sully. Take care, and I'll see you in the next episode.